Lineup cards are being exchanged at home plate. Jim Beecham, as always, representing Bobby Cox, lugging it out there. One of the truly good guys in baseball, coaches first base for the Cleveland Indians, representing Mike Hargrove, Dave Nelson. Crowd just now settling in. They had a terrific response for our honorary first pitch ceremony. Former President Jimmy Carter, one of biggest baseball fans in America, and certainly a huge Braves fan since he hails from Plains, Georgia, went out and threw out the first pitch, and he has been practicing, Pete, because he was pumped up through a strike.
Yeah, I think the radar gun caught him at about 84 miles an hour. Not bad.
That's 2 miles below the National League average, so he's got a future in this. Mike Mordecai, as always, there to receive it and get his picture made. I am right now proclaiming myself a stockholder in Mike Mordecai's Wall of Fame. You know, I don't know, you and I have talked about this before. I appreciate that in Mike Mordecai. Sometimes people, that can be a thankless task, but he's a guy with a smile on his face that anytime there is a ceremony, he hustles out there, and that is good PR.
It is good PR, and it's good that you get your picture taken with all these folks. For some who are members of corporations who are having nights here, it's one of the biggest moments in their life to be out there in the middle of the mound in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium throwing out a first pitch, and Mike is just as cordial with them as he is with the celebrities that are out there at World Series time.
He's a good guy, and that may help him somewhere else. I know that it used to really tick off Greg Olson when he had to catch because he missed those. This crowd getting a little bit antsy. We're still waiting for the umpires and Baseball Network to say, let's go. And here we go. Chipper Jones leads the charge out of the dugout. And the Tomahawks and the Braves hats. All of these Braves fans on their feet. A lot of flash bulbs popping, as you might suspect. Game 6 of the 1995 World Series. The Braves have settled into their defensive positions. Ryan Klesko will be in left field. Marquise Grissom in center. David Justice in right field. Chipper Jones at third. Belliard at short. Mark Lemke at second base. Fred McGriff over at first. Javi Lopez has the catching gear on. He'll be sticking down the signs for left-hander Tom Glavine. Glavine, who has etched his name in the World Series history book. He has done a fantastic job in postseason play. Glavine won the second game against the Indians. 4-3 was the score. He pitched well against Colorado. Came away with a no decision. He pitched exceptionally well against Cincinnati. The Braves won it. Glavine went 7 innings, allowed 1 run, walked 2, and he struck out 5. Glavine 16-7 for the year, but he really came on strong the second half. His earned run averaged 280 in his last 14 starts. Glavine was 11-3 in those ball games, so he is a cool customer, and that's the kind of guy you want out there on a night like tonight. Well, Pete, here we go again. We have been here when it's gotten down to the bottom of the ninth, and the Braves with a chance to win it. Now I think it would be right and just if they could do it Game 6 back here in front of their fans, and I think that considering all that baseball went through from August of 1994 to late April this year, the response has been outstanding in all of postseason play, and I don't think I've ever seen a more supportive group than the Atlanta Braves fans in postseason. Game 6, let's get it over with. Kick it off with the play-by-play. Here's Pete Van Wieren.
Okay, Don, thank you, and I agree with your comments on the fan support. I think it's been outstanding, and I think it's very unfortunate that the off day had to be marred by a situation where David Justice was critical of the fans here in Atlanta. I don't know where his memory is. He was here in 1990. Here's Kenny Lofton to lead things off against Tom Glavine. Braves trying to do something tonight that no Braves team that's gone to a World Series has ever done, and that's win a Game 6. 1948 Boston Braves lost the series in Game 6. Here's the first pitch of the night on the way to Kenny Lofton. He takes it low and inside, ball 1. Lofton in this series is 5-21. Had 2 great games to start the series and has cooled off since. Bulova time at first pitch, 7:26. Bulova available at It's About Time. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's popped up into shallow right center field. Well, fairly deep right center field now. David Justice drifting back all the way to the edge of the warning track to make the catch. That ball had a lot more carry to it than at first looked like it would. But back to this Game 6 jinx that the Braves are trying to break. They lost the World Series in 1948 to Cleveland in Game 6. That was the final game there. They lost Game 6 in the Milwaukee Yankees series, both in 57 and 58. If you go back to the 91 and 92 Atlanta Braves World Series with Minnesota and Toronto, they lost Game 6 in both of those. So they're trying to win one tonight, which would be the ultimate Game 6 victory in their history. Here's Omar Vizquel. He is 4 for 20 in this series with a triple and an RBI. First pitch on the way from Glavine is high and outside, ball one.
I think the question I've been asked more than any other about Tom Glavine in the last couple of days, Pete, is will he be nervous? The answer to that is no. Anxious all day long to get it going, but nervous? No. He's as cool as a bank robber.
Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. Or no, correction, that's a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Vizquel. One man out, base is empty here in the top half of the first inning.
Don't get in a hurry with Mr. Brinkman. He is one of those that takes a little while to punch that right hand up.
Now the wind by Glavine, the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at a changeup, 1-2. I heard Tom Glavine interviewed yesterday talking about his approach to this game, and I agree with you, Don. He's treating this just like any other start, not trying to think of all the ramifications this game will have for this franchise if the Braves can win it here. He said that would overwhelm anybody. He said, I'll just treat it as another ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fouled back by Vizquel. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes.
And the difference with Tom Glavine and a lot of people, Pete, is that a lot of pitchers would have to make an effort to do that. For Glavine, it's only natural for him to go to work and try to do his job.
Carlos Baerga waiting on deck. One gone, base is empty in the top half of the first inning. A count of 1 ball, 2 strikes on Omar Vizquel. Here's the wind by Glavine. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Did he go? No, he did not. Says first base up Harry Wendelstedt, and the count 2-2. The pitch was a little bit inside.
One of the best responses I heard from a pitcher at a game like this would have been in 1974 by Andy Messersmith. Somebody asked him if he tried to do anything any different at a game like this. He said, no, I normally try to win it anyhow.
The look in by Glavine. And the 2-2 pitch on the way to Vizquel. Swing and a miss and a changeup, strike 3. He is down on strikes. That's out number 2 here in the top half of the first inning. And that'll bring up second baseman Carlos Baerga. He is 5 out of 22. He has driven in 4 runs in this series. Another one of the Cleveland switch hitters. He'll be batting right-handed against Glavine. He's playing with a bad left ankle. Two outs, base is empty here in the top half of the first. Glavine into the windup. And the pitch on the way to Baerga. It's high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. As you know, throughout much of Tom Glavine's career, in the first half of this year in particular, he was having a lot of difficulties in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball over, but a little bit low, and the count 2-0. Second half of the year, Glavine's first inning problems seem to go away. Trying to get him out 1-2-3 here in the top of the first. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way to Baerga, and he takes a strike in the outside corner. And you're right about Joe Brinkman.
I remember him from my tour through the American League. We're standing in the middle of the mound, and you wonder if you've thrown a strike or not.
We've gotten so used to the Jim McKeans and Frank Pulleys and John Hirschbecks in this series. With our quick calls, Brinkman takes a little time. Here's the wind, the 2-1 pitch. Pop foul, back out of play. It's 2-2. And now we're hearing the same response from this Atlanta crowd that we heard in Cleveland throughout the 3 games there. 2 strikes and an opposing hitter. Everybody up. Glavine into the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Baerga. Bouncing ball right back to the pitcher. Glavine has it. Underhand toss to first in time. And the Cleveland Indians go 1-2-3 in the top half of the first inning. Nothing doing for Cleveland. At the end of a half inning, Indians nothing. Atlanta coming up. Infield, Tomey at third, Vizquel at short, Baerga at second, Murray at first. The catcher is Tony Pena. And on the mound, 40-year-old Dennis Martinez. He was the losing pitcher in Game 2, going 5 2/3 innings and giving up 4 runs during the regular season, a record of 12-5, ERA of 3.08. He has a lifetime record in postseason play of 1 win and 2 losses. Here's Marquise Grissom to lead things off. Grissom has hit safely in all 13 games the Braves have played in the postseason. He's 8 for 21 in this World Series. Here's the wind by Martinez, and the first pitch on the way to Marquise Grissom. It is taken low and outside, ball one. Grissom, Lemke, and Chipper Jones due up here in the bottom half of the first. Here's the wind, and the 1-0 pitch on the way, and it's fouled back by Grissom. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marquise getting into some record territory with this postseason hitting streak, the longest consecutive game hitting streak over 3 years. Hank Bauer of the old New York Yankees hit in 17 straight games between 1956 and 58. Marquise Grissom has now hit in 13 straight. The sign given by Pena, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Grissom. He lines it right at the first baseman, Eddie Murray, who grabs it for the out, 1 down. That ball was hard hit, but right at Murray, who was playing well off the line at first.
Boy, has his plate coverage improved, not only during postseason, but I think it started about the last 3 weeks of the season. We saw him go through a stretch where he was pulling off and not covering the outer half. That was a fastball from Martinez, a good 2 or 3 inches off the plate. He got all the bat on it.
1 gone. Here's Mark Lemke back in his customary number 2 spot in the batting order. He's 5 out of 20 in the World Series. Batting left-handed against Martinez, who winds and delivers. And Lemke tried to stop his swing on a high fastball, but he went around the count 0-1. No score, bottom half of the first.
Early in the ballgame, you'll get a lot of high fastballs from Martinez.
Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way, and this one gets all the way to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Most of them, Pete, though, are just a little bit above the strike zone. I think what you have to do as a hitter, much like you have to make Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine get the ball up, you have to make Martinez get his fastball down.
The look in by the veteran right-hander. And the 1-1 delivery on the way to Lemke. He takes it a little bit outside. The count goes to 2-1. In his career, Martinez has beaten the Braves 9 times. And counting that loss in Game 2, he's lost to the Braves 6 times. But his career earned run average against Atlanta, very good, 2.68. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lemke swings, dribbles one foul down the left side. And the count even, 2-2. Chipper Jones waiting on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes on Mark Lemke. Martinez into the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball left side. It's going to get through in the left field. Base hit. Albert Bell up with it, gets it back to second. A 1-out single to left by Mark Lemke, and the Braves have the first base runner of the night. And here's Chipper Jones. Chipper is 4 out of 18 in this series. 3 of his 4 hits have been doubles. He has 1 RBI. He'll be batting left-handed against Martinez. Lemke, the runner at first, 1 man out. Here's the stretch by the right-hander, and the pitch on the way to Chipper Jones, high and outside with a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think 2 keys for the Braves tonight offensively are Chipper Jones and David Justice, because they have been trying to just keep the ball totally out of the strike zone against McGriff and bear down on these 2 guys. So Chipper needs to get on ahead of him and Justice get hot behind him.
Again, Martinez comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Outside again with a fastball. 2-0, the count on Chipper Jones. Jimmy Williams coaching third as always. Pat Corrales over at first. Outfield straight away against Chipper. This Cleveland outfield, though, doesn't switch positions as much as the Atlanta outfield does against certain hitters. They play a lot of hitters straight away. Infield makes more adjustments than the outfield does for Cleveland. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that missed a little bit high. Pena holding it an instant longer. And the count goes to 3-0 on Chipper. And now Pena out to the mound for a word with Martinez. Fred McGriff waits on deck.
18 walks issued in the series by Indians pitcher. Chipper, McGriff, and Justice have 9 of them.
Lemke getting his lead over at first. Count 3-0 on Chipper Jones. Here's the stretch again by Martinez. And a 3-0 pitch on the way, and it's right down the middle for a called strike. Chipper taking all the way, 3-1. Now the look in by the veteran right-hander. He takes a peek over at the runner, now throws to first. Lemke back safely. Martinez, a very deliberate worker. Here's the stretch and the 3-1 pitch on the way. Runner going. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second is not, and he got him anyway. Shortstop Omar Vizquel taking the throw over on the third base side of second. Came back with a swipe tag to get Mark Lemke. And 2 men are out.
Wonder if somebody missed a hit and run there, because that was a breaking ball right down the middle, and Lemke didn't really get a big jump.
So 2 are gone now. The base is empty, and a count 3-2 on Chipper Jones. I don't know. Indians may have gotten a break on that call, looking at the replay. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Chipper swings, line drive, left field, base hit. Bell up with the ball, gets it back to the infield. Chipper Jones aboard with a 2-out single. Second hit of the inning off Martinez, and already there's bullpen activity for the Cleveland Indians. I believe that's Chad O.J. who has begun to loosen up out there.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see either manager wasting a whole lot of time tonight.
Here's Fred McGriff. 6 out of 19 with a couple of home runs in this series. A runner at first, 2 men out. Martinez stretches, delivers. McGriff swings and pops one foul back into the crowd, 0-1. And now a left-hander has joined O.J. in the Indians bullpen. Obviously, Mike Hargrove, the Indians manager, seeing something about Martinez in this first inning that he's not very happy with.
Well, I think you've got to also feel, too, you have to win 2 to win this thing. I don't think you can afford to let, even if you have Grover Cleveland Alexander out there, you can't afford to let it get away early.
2 men out, Jones at first. Here's the stretch again by Martinez, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to McGriff, high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jim Poole is the other pitcher throwing now for the Indians. He's the lefty, O.J. the righty.
And, Pete, what you can't worry about tonight is hurting somebody's feelings either. If they don't understand it, then they shouldn't be here.
1 ball, 1 strike on McGriff. 2 men out, Jones at first. He gets his lead. Here's the stretch by Martinez. And the 1-1 pitch on the way to McGriff. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. Between almost every pitch, Martinez has walked off to the backside of the mound, gone to the rosin bag, then slowly climbs back up. And just now he looks in for a sign from Tony Pena. The stretch again, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, and it's inside. Throw to first by Pena. Back safely, Chipper Jones. Count 2-2 on Fred McGriff. Martinez again ready. Here's his stretch. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. McGriff swings and pops one foul back into the crowd again. It remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two men out. Chipper Jones, the runner at first. Braves trying to break through here in the bottom half of the first inning of Game 6. The stretch again by Martinez. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 call. Got it over the outside corner at the knees. McGriff caught looking, and Martinez is out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 left. And at the end of 1 in Game 6, Cleveland nothing, Atlanta nothing. He's a couple of home runs. He's driven in 4. He homered in Game 5 in the first inning to get the Indians going. Now he faces Tom Glavine. And the pitch on the way to Bell is low and away, ball 1. Bell, 50 home runs during the regular season. He has hit 4 more in postseason play, 2 in this World Series. Glavin winds on a 1-0 pitch on the way to Bell. It's taken low in the count, 2-0.
I bet you half the players playing would love to have 100 hits a year. Here's a guy that had 100 extra base hits.
First player since Stan Musial in 1948 to do that.
You know what's sad, though? I don't think that he really appreciates the company it puts him in.
Here's the 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's outside, 3-0.
Because you talk to a lot of the players, and I'm just not singling him out, but to be put in the company with Stan Musial and with like Mantle and DiMaggio, to me that would be somewhat awe-inspiring and humbling.
Now a 3-0 pitch on the way from Tom Glavin. And it's low and outside. He walked him on 4 straight. Bell down to first with a walk, and now Eddie Murray. Murray only 2 out of 17 in this series. His 2 hits, one of them a home run off Tom Glavin in Game 2. And the other one a game-winning single in Game 3. He's driven in 3 runs with his 2 hits.
The home run, a similar set of circumstances. A first-pitch fastball up and out over the plate. Glavin tried to go down and away with it.
Bell, the runner at first, nobody out. Here's the stretch by Glavin. And the pitch on the way to Murray. He takes this one low, and that's 5 in a row now that have missed from Tom Glavin here in the top of the second. Bell gets his lead over at first. The look over by Glavin. And the 1-0 pitch, runner going, swung on, missed, throw to second base. He's going to be out by 10 feet. Perfect throw by Javi Lopez to Mark Lemke. And Albert Bell caught stealing, and that wasn't close. He got a very poor jump.
I'll bet you he's not used to seeing that much. Sometimes you see managers do things a little bit differently when you get to the stage where you really have to win. And I guarantee you, Mike Hargrove hasn't done the hit and run with Murray and Bell too many times this year.
1-1 the count. Glavin back to the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's outside and low, ball 2. 2-1 the count now to Murray. Glavin winds. The 2-1 delivery is taken for a strike in the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pete, Bell hurried down the steps with the trainer right behind him. He may have banged himself sliding into second.
And now Murray complaining a little bit to plate umpire Joe Brinkman about that last call. Here's the wind again by Tom Glavin, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 call, inside corner at the knees. And again, Murray complains to Brinkman. He's still complaining as he walks back toward the Cleveland dugout.
He's got no gripe there, though. What a perfect pitch. Glavin set that up. That's the first time he's come inside, right above the knees, right over the corner. Perfect pitch.
Second strike out of the game for Glavin. Out number 2 here in the top half of the second inning, and now Manny Ramirez. The right fielder for the Indians, 4 out of 15 with a home run and 2 RBIs in the series. 2 gone, base is empty. Glavin gets his sign. Here's the wind, and the first pitch on the way to Ramirez. And he takes a strike in the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Ramirez, 31 home runs during the regular season, 107 RBIs. Fastball up and in. Evens the count on Ramirez. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I really like seeing Tom Glavin establish that he'll do that early. Then you can't be comfortable just going up there, eliminating the inner half and diving to hit something on the outer half.
Indians hitters quite proud of themselves for the way they adjusted against Greg Maddux. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way, and it's outside. 2-1 the count. They were talking about, now that they had seen him once, that they're a good team at adjusting to a pitcher after they've seen him one time, and they were able to score 4 runs off Greg Maddux in the 7 innings he worked. But they were talking very similarly about Tom Glavin. They said they think they'll be able to make the adjustments. But so far, Glavin's held the upper hand here. Count 2-1 on Manny Ramirez. Into the windup is Glavin. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss, and the count even 2-2. He swung, was way out in front of a changeup. And once again, this capacity crowd on its feet. With a count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men out here in the top of the second.
And the strikeout of Eddie Murray has Ramirez where he cannot look outside for that changeup again with 2 strikes.
Here's the wind by Glavin, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. A little bouncing ball foul rolling back toward the screen. It remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez steps back in. Glavin gets his sign. Here's the wide, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul again off to the left. It remains 2-2. I thought the ultimate compliment to both Greg Maddux and Tom Glavin came from Mike Hargrove after the first 2 games of this series here in Atlanta, when he said, "We just don't see that caliber of pitching in the American League very often," referring to the first 2 games in the series pitched by the Braves' top 2 pitchers. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Glavin. That's all for Cleveland in the second. No runs or hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of inning 2. Cleveland nothing, Atlanta nothing.
We're home to the legends, the Atlanta Braves, plus Neil Bort, Skip Caray, Larry Munson, and more. News Talk 750 WSB, Atlanta. Scott Slade and Atlanta's Morning News. Catch it only on News Talk 750 WSB.
Here's the wind by Martinez, and the 0-1 pitch on the way, and that's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. I thought it was really unfortunate that those kind of remarks had to come out at all from anybody, but especially at this time. Maybe David has forgotten the empty seats in Cincinnati and the empty seats in Pittsburgh and the playoff games there and the 6,000 people that show up in Pittsburgh every night during the regular season. Here's the 1-1 pitch, pop foul on a play left side. Or how about the crowds of 15,000 in Houston when they were in the pennant race this year, and half of those Braves fans? And if he doesn't think Braves fans are the best, I don't know where he's going to find better fans than this.
I don't think it's possible to find them. And even if you're right, there is a wrong time to be right, too. And he's not right here, but even if you're right, they're better off.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Justice. Martinez gets his side. Here's the right-hander's wind, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Lined foul down the right side. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Brian Klesko will follow, and then Javi Lopez. Here's the wind by Martinez, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that's high, ball 2. 2-2. No score, bottom half of inning 2. Braves have the only 2 hits of the game thus far. Here's the wind and the 2-2 offering. Low and inside, and the count full now on Justice, 3-2. Martinez into the windup. 3-2 pitch on the way to Justice. He takes it high. Ball 4. Down to first with a leadoff walk to begin the bottom half of inning 2. Goes David Justice. He's aboard. The batter will be Ryan Klesko, who has homered in each of the last 3 games. 5 out of 15 altogether in this World Series. He's getting into some record territory. The last player to hit a home run in 3 consecutive World Series games, Lonnie Smith of the Braves back in '91. Last one a homer in 4 consecutive games, Reggie Jackson. 3 in 1977, and then game 1 in 1978. First pitch in the dirt, good block by Pena, and Justice can go nowhere. Ball 1 the count.
Good game here for Ryan, and a win for the Braves. He might get to donate a van to his favorite charity, too.
He is among those in the running for MVP honors, should the Braves win it. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out. Justice, the runner at first. The stretch again by Martinez, and the pitch on the way to Klesko. He takes it a little bit low. And the count goes to 2-0.
Braves have yet to score, but Martinez having a night a little like Greg Maddux the other night, Pete, in that he is missing by mere inches. He's not throwing the ball all over the park, but he is just off the corner.
The right-hander comes set. And the 2-0 pitch on the way. And that's high, and the count goes to 3-0. We had bullpen activity in the very first inning for Cleveland after Martinez gave up his second hit of the inning. He was able to get out of that. But he has walked Justice to lead off the second. Now behind in the count 3-0 on Klesko.
Bobby Cox, more than any other manager, green lights his guys with the emotion, the adrenaline. I'd like to see him do it to Klesko.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. We'll never know. It was high and outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks have put runners at first and second for Atlanta with nobody out. And the batter will be Javi Lopez. And we are going to get a visit to the mound here as more activity appears about to begin in the Cleveland bullpen.
Mark Wiley's on the phone down there. As of yet, the Indians bullpen not sure who's going to pop out of there first. Here they come.
It'll probably be the same two that were up earlier, Chad O'Jay and Jim Poole.
I don't know. Hill may be coming out this time, Pete.
It does appear to be Ken Hill.
And I think Poole is going to be the left-hander.
So Ken Hill. And we've told you this before, when you get down to Game 6 and 7 in the World Series, especially if you're on the trailing end in Game 6 when there is no tomorrow if you lose, anybody and everybody is eligible out there.
Yep, and if you're fortunate enough to pull out a win tonight, then you ask for volunteers tomorrow, and you put 10 men down in that bullpen.
So Hill, the right-hander, and Poole, the left-hander, up in the Cleveland bullpen as Javi Lopez steps in with runners first and second, nobody out. They've already announced the attendance tonight, 51,875. Lopez, 3 out of 14 in the series. He has a home run. He's driven in 3. Klesko, the runner at first. Justice down at second. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Lopez. He takes a strike in the inside corner, 0-1.
That was a clutch pitch to miss with 8 and then to drop a curveball right on the outside corner.
The runners get their leads. The look in by Martinez. Here's the stretch and the 0-1 delivery. Fastball is inside and the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rafael Belliard on deck.
Till he gets 2 strikes, Pete, I'd like to see Javi look for a pitch in a certain spot. 2 strikes, you're going for you're just trying to keep him striking out. But right now, look for a pitch that he can get in the air and keep it off the ground.
Here's the stretch again. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, and that was inside. Almost hit him. 2-1. Nobody out. Klesko, the runner at first. Justice down at second. Dennis Martinez comes set. And the 2-1 pitch on the way to Lopez. Popped him up. Shallow left field. Vizquel drifting back. Bell coming in. Vizquel waves him off. Makes the catch. 1 down. Infield fly rule was in effect. And the batter will be Rafael Belliard, who could atone for what's been a poor offensive series for him with 1 swing of the bat here. He's 0 for 12 in the series. He does have 1 RBI. Up there against Martinez with runners at first and second. Here's the stretch by Dennis Martinez. The pitch on the way to Belliard. And he takes it outside. Ball 1.
Rafael's going through a stretch that the late Danny Murtaugh used to describe with his Pirates as, we seem to swing at all the balls and take all the strikes.
He is only 3 for 28 in all of his postseason appearances. Again, the stretch by Martinez. And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Taken for a strike in the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Pete, check out where Ramirez is playing him in right field. Deep second base.
Yeah, deep second. Very shallow also is Kenny Lofton in center. Bell never moves in left. The runners lead. Klesko off first. Justice off second. Here's the 1-1 to Belliard. Bouncing ball hit up the middle. Vizquel has it. Flips to second in time one. Baerga on to first in time. Double play. Niftily done. Omar Vizquel fielding the ball and flipping it with his glove to Baerga, who grabbed it barehanded and turned the double play. 6-4-3. That's all for Atlanta. In the second, no runs or hits. One left at the end of two. No score. Cleveland nothing. Atlanta nothing. No score as we go to the top of the third, lower third of the order to up for the Indians, beginning with third baseman Jim Thome. He's 4 for 16 with a homer and a pair of RBIs in the series. Mike Hargrove debating whether or not to start Thome against Glavine, Thome being a left-hand hitter, but decided to because of the fact that lefties have hit Glavine better this year than right-handers have. Here's the pitch on the way to Thome. And he takes a strike in the outside corner, 0-1. No score. Braves have had some base runners off Martinez, but he's been able to pitch out of trouble in 2 straight innings. Now the wind by Glavine, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Thome. He takes it at the knees, called strike 2. It's 0-2. Tony Pena on deck, and then the pitcher's spot. Glavine into the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. That's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thome played against Glavine in game 2 and 0 for 3 against him. Here's the wind, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. He went. Strike 3. Tried to check his swing on a pitch that had the outside corner, and that's 4 strikeouts for Tom Glavine. 1 gone. Here in the top of the third, that'll bring up the catcher, Tony Pena.
Thus far, Glavine in a nice, comfortable groove, and when I see people like him perform like this, I'm reminded of a statement made by one of my favorite managers, Gene Mock. He said, "It doesn't surprise me when special people do spectacular things."
1 away here in the top of the third. Tony Pena, 0 for 3 in the series. His one appearance came in game 2. He's sort of the personal catcher for Dennis Martinez. Right-hand batter. Batting with 1 out and the base is empty. Here's the wind by Glavine. And the pitch on the way to Pena. Way outside, ball 1. No score, top half of inning 3. Glavine into the windup and the 1-0 pitch on the way to Pena. Bouncing ball back to the pitcher. Backhanded by Glavine. He throws on to first in time. 2 down. Well, so far, only 1 ball has been hit in the air off of Glavine. That was the fly out to right by Kenny Lofton, leading off the game. Everything else has either been a strikeout or a comebacker to him or the one caught stealing. Dennis Martinez will now bat. A 143 lifetime hitter, 0 for 2 in this series. He bats here with 2 outs and the base is empty. No score in the top of the third. Martinez bats as he throws, right-handed. Here's the wind by Glavine. The pitch on the way. Martinez swings and misses at a high fastball. The count 0-1. Now the 0-1 delivery. Taken low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Martinez has been a while since he's gotten a hit a lot in ball games, but he got wood on the ball every time up his first game that he pitched.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. He pops it foul back into the crowd. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Dennis Martinez. And once again, the noise begins to build here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. The wind by Glavine. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. Strike 3. Glavine has struck out 5. He gets 2 more here in the third in a 1-2-3 inning. We've played 2.5 in game 6 with our score. Cleveland nothing, Atlanta nothing. No score as we go to the bottom half of inning 3 in game 6. It'll be Glavine, Grissom, and Lemke due up for Atlanta against Dennis Martinez. We go to the bottom of the third. Once again, here's Don Sutton.
All right, Pete, thank you very much. The Braves have had ample opportunity. A couple of base hits in the first inning. But Lemke thrown out either on a steal or a botched hit and run. Chipper Jones followed with a single, and McGriff struck out to end the inning. Justice and Klesko walked to lead off last inning, but Lopez popped out, and on a spectacular double play, the Braves had their rally snuffed out. Now Glavine to lead it off, Grissom and Lemke to follow. Tom, a good hitting pitcher. Martinez into the wind in the first pitch. Glavine shows bunt, takes it outside, 1-0. Tomey in on the grass at third. They shade Glavine a little bit around toward the left field side. A lot of room in right center field. Martinez into the wind, and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball through the heart. It's 1-1. Got to slow it down a little. I'm assuming he's going to throw that right hand up in a hurry. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Glavine takes strike 2 on the outside corner, 1-2. Game 6 of the 1995 World Series. We're glad you're with us. Glad you've been with us all season long here. The 1-2 pitch to Glavine. Curveball chopped toward third. Big high hop for Tomey. He throws in the dirt to Murray, but Murray digs it out and snaps the glare over to Tomey. He had plenty of time, but threw it off balance. Nice play by Eddie Murray.
He normally doesn't play defensively. He was the DH for Cleveland most of the year. And the DH in Cleveland for games 3, 4, and 5 of this World Series. Sorrento normally plays over there, or Perry.
So the lack of defensive time out there may have shown a little bit on that one. To the top of the batting order in Marquise Grissom. First time up. Took a pitch a couple of inches off the plate and whistled it right at Murray. Grissom 8 out of 22 in the series. Martinez first pitch, fastball inside, 1-0. He has hit in every postseason game that the Braves have been in. Martinez into the wind, and the 1-0 pitch to Grissom. Inside again, same spot. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's been 50-50 for Martinez. He's thrown 44 pitches, 22 balls, 22 strikes.
He's lucky to be out there living to talk about it after giving up the 4 base runners in 2 innings. There's a pitch to Grissom. Popped off the first base side. Over by Pat Corrales. Eddie Murray settles in foul territory and makes the catch. Good pitch by Martinez. He ran that fastball right in on Marquise Grissom's hand. And quickly 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. Here comes Mark Lemke. Mark got a single his first time up, his 6th hit in the series. But he was thrown out trying to go to second. Switch hitter bats left against Martinez. The wind in the first one. Down low, 1-0. Chipper Jones on deck. He'd like to hit. No runs, no hits for the Indians. No runs on a couple of base hits for the Braves. Bottom of the third. The wind by Martinez, and the 1-0 pitch. Curveball drops in about belt high to Lemke. And the count evens at 1-1. Martinez works quickly with nobody on. The 1-1 pitch. This time the curveball misses down and in, and it's 2-1. Lemke just a hair up on the handle of the bat. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. Another good pitch by Martinez behind in the count. That'll even it at 2-2. Martinez likes the sign, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball hit on the ground toward second. 2-hopper for Baerga. He goes to Murray at first. Martinez has an easy inning. Braves go 1-2-3. 3 in the books, still no score. Top of the 4th inning. Top of the batting order. Kenny Lofton to lead it off for the Indians. The Indians have had 1 base runner. Albert Bell walked to lead off the second, but he was thrown out on a botched hit and really struggled. And he has been one of the key figures as the Braves climb to the top. His first pitch to Lofton shows a bunt. Takes a strike about knee-high, 0-1. Glavin from the third base side of the rubber. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball down low, make it 1-1. When you look out there on this ball club right now, you see three guys who remember what it was like to struggle. This is the 1-1 pitch to Lofton. Tries to bunt, misses it, 1-2. Fred McGriff came over in a trade, so he was a part of the rise to the top a couple of years ago. David Justice was one who remembers the lean times. Mark Lemke also the struggles to get through the minor leagues. And here, and Tom Glavin on a ball club that got his ears pinned back a lot back in the late 80s. Pitch to Lofton, tapper toward first. Tricky hop for McGriff. He's got it. Foot race, and he wins it. Good play by Fred McGriff. You never take anything for granted when Kenny Lofton leaves that left-handed batter's box. He may be the quickest we've seen getting down the first baseline. One out here in the fourth inning. Glavin has still faced the minimum, and here comes Omar Vizquel.
Kenny Lofton now 0 for his last 11. So after that hot start he got off to, the Braves really did a good job shutting him down.
Vizquel struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch from Glavin, over about knee-high, and it's 0-1. If you ever get a chance to watch Omar Vizquel play defense, do it. He puts on a clinic every night at shortstop. In the right-handed batter's box, about an inch up on the knob, he tries to bunt and fouls it away. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't think it's an exaggeration to compare him to Ozzie Smith when he was in his prime. They both cover about the same amount of ground. They're both acrobats down at second base, turning double plays.
That's a perfect comparison, Pete. And he makes things like Ozzie Smith did. He makes the difficult ones look easy.
Yeah.
He makes the easy ones look simple. No balls, 2 strikes. Vizquel goes up on the handle of the bat about an inch. Glavin nods yes to Lopez. The wind and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball cut in under the hands, and it's 1-2. With 2 strikes on him, Chipper Jones back 4 or 5 steps behind the bag at third. Lemke and Belliard deep. The 1-2 pitch. Little bit outside with a fastball. Glavin wanted the call. Brinkman says, nope, just a little outside, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Tried to check his swing, flicks it off the end of the bat. That kicks over by the Braves dugout, and it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tom Glavin doing what he and Leo Mazzoni and Bobby Cox all say he does best, making a living on the outer half of the plate. This time he comes inside with the breaking ball. Vizquel can't check his swing. Give Glavin his 6th strikeout of the night. Vizquel and Brinkman in a little bit of a heated debate. And the mask comes off. It might be time to vacate the premises if Omar Vizquel wants to play the rest of the night. Jeff Newman had headed down the line, but Vizquel has had his say, and he's gone. 6 strikeouts for Glavin. And here's Carlos Baerga getting a chance to take a look at the replay here provided by the Baseball Network. I think it was the right call. Baerga, wide open stance, lays the bat over his right shoulder. First pitch from Glavin. Fastball wide of the strike zone, and it's 1-0. Glavin, coming into this ball game, said he had one job to do. The 1-0 pitch to Baerga. A little bit outside, 2-0. He said, I've got to stop the momentum of the Cleveland Indian hitters. Something that they had picked up in game 5 up in Cleveland. He has done that to this point. 2-0 pitch to Baerga. There's ball 3 outside. Glavin just missing. Javi Lopez holding it there for an extra look for Joe Brinkman. But he's not getting the call. So a 3-0 pitch on the way. Belt high down the middle, 3-1.
Haven't seen any of the Indians turn loose on a 3-0 pitch in this series.
Mike Hargrove's philosophy a little bit different than that of Bobby Cox. Glavin would like to get Baerga because Albert Bell waits on deck. Here's a 3-1 pitch, high in the air. If it comes down, he's got him. Here comes Grissom, shallow center field, under it, and he's got it. So Glavin sets him down 1-2-3 in the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score in Game 6. Bottom of the fourth inning, time to get some offense going. No runs, no hits for the Cleveland Indians. No runs on 2 hits for the Atlanta Braves. Chipper Jones, Fred McGriff, and David Justice, first 3 due up. Chipper, first time up, got himself a base hit. Had Lemke been successful getting into second base, the Braves would have a run on the board. Martinez into the line, his first pitch to Chipper. Fastball hammered, but right at Baerga. One hopper that spun Baerga around. But the second baseman comes up with it, goes to Murray, 1 gone. Martinez has now set down 5 in a row, and he faces Fred McGriff. McGriff struck out looking his first time up. All fastballs from Martinez, and the last one settling in just above knee-high on the outside corner. Let's see if he changes it this time. First pitch, fastball, a little bit outside, 1-0. That is 6 straight fastballs thrown to Fred McGriff by Dennis Martinez. The wind and the next one. Curveball hit on the ground. Backhanded by Baerga. Another good play. He takes a base hit away from Fred McGriff. 2 steps on the outfield grass in shallow right. So the middle of this Cleveland Indians infield showing some defensive wizardry. And another fine play by Baerga. 2 gone for David Justice. David, nothing doing officially tonight. 3 out of 18 in the series. He drew a walk his first time up. Fourth walk he's picked up in the series. The first pitch, check swing, little looper down the left field line, foul territory, 0-1. Justice with 4 RBIs, Plesko with 4, Polonio with 4, top of the heap for the Braves. Martinez doesn't like the first sign. Now the right-hander's ready. The wind and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball up under David Justice's chin. He just leans back out of the way. And the count 1-1. I don't think Tom Glavin's going to run out there and say, you're better than that, and I get the ball too after that one, though. 1-1 pitch to Justice, line in the left center field. Over in a hurry is Lofton to pick it up. Justice heads for second. Here's the throw, the slide, safe with a double. Good play by Lofton, and good hustle by David Justice. A 2-out double puts him at second for Ryan Klesko.
And here's that situation you were talking about, Don. If Klesko comes up with a base hit here, gets that run in, he could be well on his way to winning an MVP honor in this World Series.
And with David Justice, a situation where this time Klesko's not going to be able to. They're going to intentionally walk him and take their chances with Javi Lopez. Here's ball 1 outside. Third walk issued by Martinez. And David Justice, part of one of those situations where if you want to tick off fans, speak out of turn. If you want to get them back, rip one in the alley. And for David Justice, that might surprise you a little bit. That's his first extra base hit of the 1995 postseason.
Yeah, he was not having a very good offensive postseason coming into this game, counting his at-bats in Colorado, in Cincinnati series, and in this World Series. He was hitting only .214.
But a big double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. He stands at second. Klesko trots down the first. And here comes Javi Lopez. Lopez popped to short his first time up. I know a lot of my pals up at Atlanta National Golf Club having a little party for this tonight. They're on their feet right now, probably chopping and chanting, or chomping and chanting. A lot of Braves fans all over the area. Right now, base hit will make them all happy.
Well, Lopez homered off of Martinez in game 2.
Remember, Martinez dropped down from the side. Let's see how he pitches him here. The stretch and the first pitch. Fastball up under his chin. He has tried to stay in on Javi Lopez's hands all night long. Once again, the bullpen comes to life. This time, Eric Plunk and Jim Poole. Plunk a right-hander, Poole a left-hander. So Mike Hargrove has heated up just about everybody in his bullpen already. Everybody on their feet. The 1-0 pitch to Lopez. Upstairs, make it 2-0. Javi, 3 out of 15, 1 homer. That one Pete was telling you about that came against Martinez. Eddie Murray trots into the mound. Grabs the rosin bag. Offers a few words to his right-hander. Now settles back over at first. Martinez very deliberate with runners on base. Justice edges away from second. Klesko not being held at first. He'll have a good lead. Martinez dodge, yes, to Pena. The stretch, the look to second, and the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, 3-0. All 3 pitches above the hands and under the chin of Javi Lopez, and the count 3-0.
In game 5 in Cleveland, run-scoring situation, Rafael Belliard's turn at bat due up. He was pinch hit for. See what happens if Lopez reaches here. Belliard's on deck.
Looked like he was green-lighted. He ran a fastball in and hit off the knob of the bat. So Lopez couldn't get out of the way of yet another fastball in his hands, and it's 3-1.
Belliard's out on deck now, but if Javi Lopez walks and we get a bases-loaded 2-out situation here, even though it's only the 4th inning, it would not surprise me at all to see Bobby Cox go to a Dwight Smith.
And you wouldn't surprise me to see Mike Hargrove go to a Jim Poole, because the sign has come in from the bullpen that both pitchers are ready. There's no tomorrow for the Cleveland Indians. The 3-1 pitch to Javi Lopez. Did he go around? Yes, he did. He chased ball 4 up under the hands. That would have loaded him up. Javi perhaps just a little bit too anxious and too aggressive. Couldn't hold up on a pitch up and in. That is 5 in a row that Dennis Martinez has thrown inside. Pena flashes the sign. Martinez comes set. Runners on the move. Instead, Martinez steps off the back of the rubber. Pena out of the crouch. He'll come out to talk to his pitcher.
Well, there's no doubt that Martinez is not at his best tonight. He's had bullpen activity ever since the very first inning. But he's been able to pitch out of these jams time after time after time so far in this game.
The 3rd time already he has had 2 runners, base runners in an inning.
Remember that game he pitched against Atlanta when he was with the Montreal Expos, like an 8-hit shutout up there? He was in this situation almost every inning in that game, was able to get out of it.
Vizquel ducks in behind Justice. Martinez does not want to throw a strike to Javi Lopez. The stretch, the runner's on the move, breaking ball outside, ball 4. And Belliard heads back. No, he doesn't. He had started back to the dugout, and instead, Rafael Belliard is going to hit with bases loaded and 2 out. Dwight Smith was stretching in the dugout, but they're going to stay with Rafael Belliard. Justice at 3rd, Klesko at 2nd, Lopez at 1st, no score, bottom of the 4th, 2 out. Belliard hitless in 13 trips. The stretch and the pitch. Breaking ball. Did he go around? Yes, he did. It's 0-1. Belliard doing some gardening in the right-handed batter's box. Now he's all set, settles in, even with the plate, chokes up an inch on the bat. Martinez from the stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit into center field. That's going to hang up into the air for Loffett. He's under it, and he's got it. So once again, Martinez in and out of trouble in the fourth inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and the bases loaded for the Braves. We move to the fifth, still no score. Tom Glavine has faced the minimum. The Indians got one base runner in the second inning, a leadoff walk to Bell, but he was thrown out on a botched hit and run. He will lead it off in the fifth inning. The Braves have stranded 5. 2 base runners in the first, 1 stranded. 2 more in the second, 1 stranded, and leave them loaded last inning. Bell 4 out of 16 in the series. First pitch from Glavine fouled off the end of the bat, and the count 0-1. Bell with 2 home runs, most of them coming up in Cleveland. 1 off of Avery, 1 off Maddox, both into the Braves bullpen down the right field line. The wind by Glavine, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball in on the hands, foul back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Tom Glavine has been precision. And the Braves fans on their feet as he gets 2 strikes on Bell. The sign from Lopez and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside, 1-2. Even though Bell has homered to right twice against the Braves, they still play him to pull in the outfield. And now playing him to pull in the infield. The 1-2 pitch almost hit him. Breaking ball down and in. Bell had to skip the rope to get out of the way of it, and the count evens at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Glavine into the line, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball hit off the end of the bat. That skips over near the Braves dugout. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Albert Joan Bell, out of Louisiana State University, has not made himself a media darling in postseason play. The 2-2 pitch from Glavine. Upstairs, full count, 3-2. Be careful here. Bell with over 100 extra base hits this year. Better than 30 homers for the last 4 years for the Cleveland Indians. And a dangerous pitch. The wind by Glavine and the payoff pitch. Foul at the plate. Javi Lopez is going to let it roll. Maybe kick fair. Bell at the last moment decided he'd better hot-foot it down to first. It stays foul, and it's still 3-2. Glavine with the new baseball. Bell, 29 years old, out of Shreveport, 6'2", about 215. Built like a running back. Another payoff pitch from Glavine. Hit down the right field line. That's going to slice back into the crowd up over the Braves bullpen. And I don't know, Pete, if he hasn't made a complete adjustment in this World Series to trying to hit everything.
He hasn't been trying to pull anything.
So Glavine will have to reload and try it again, 3-2. Pete Van Wieren, Don Sutton with you for 3 more outs. Joe Simpson, Skip Caray will take you to the house and hopefully to the World Championship. Payoff pitch to Bell. Down low, ball 4. Second walk issued by Glavine. Bell has them both, and here comes Eddie Murray. Murray struck out looking his first time up, not real happy with the call. Braves shorten up in the middle of the infield a couple of steps. They're looking for the double play. Murray edges up in the front of the batter's box. He is in front of the plate. Throw to first, Bell back. Murray, one of the few hitters we've seen who makes an effort to take that changeup away from Tom Glavine by moving up ahead of the plate. First pitch from Tom, fastball popped up. Right out in front of the plate, Javi Lopez waves everybody off, and a step in foul territory makes the catch. Big out for Tom Glavine. One gone, and it'll bring up Manny Ramirez. Lemke and Belliard getting together at second base. They're wanting to decide who's going to cover on a ball hit back to Glavine. It looks like they're not expecting Ramirez to pull in because Belliard is going to be covering. Ramirez, big, strong right-handed hitter. The stretch by Glavine. And the first pitch. Outside, 1-0. Chipper Jones a step toward the line at first. He's deep. Marquise Grissom moves a couple of steps to right center field. Klesko straight away and deep and left. Now Lemke shifts a step toward the bag at second. 1 ball, no strike. Short lead by Bell. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. The Braves have been involved in a fistful of nail-biters in postseason play. The stretch by Glavine. The 2-0 pitch instead of throw to first. What were those World Series losses you were telling me about, Pete?
In the Game 6s? 1948, 57, 58, 91, and 92.
And the Braves have lost 9 one-run.
9 consecutive. Their last 9 losses in the World Series have all been by 1 run.
Anybody that watches the Braves that still has all of their nails hadn't been watching too closely. The 2-0 pitch to Ramirez, fouled at the plate. It's 2-1.
The last 3 losses in the 1991 series to the Minnesota Twins were by 1 run. All 4 in 1992 to the Blue Jays were by 1 run, and both of the games they have lost to the Indians in this series have been by 1 run.
So they have been in the thick of things. They could have gone either way, and that's what they're trying to do tonight. Switch it to the other way. Tommy waits on deck. 1 gone. Short lead by Bell. Glavine glove on his knee as he gets the sign. Now Tom straightens up. The 2-1 pitch to Ramirez. Ground ball, could be 2. Belliard up, goes to Lemke for 1. There'll be no throw. Lemke takes the throw, gets out of the way of a sliding Bell. That may be a good idea. Belliard had to go far to his right, came up, made a perfect throw to Lemke. But the leading man is gone. Ramirez on the fielder's choice. And Glavine will try to get out number 3 against the left-handed hitting Jim Thome. Thome, first time up, struck out looking. Glavine painted the outside corner with 2 curveballs and then dropped a fastball out there. The stretch and the first pitch. Breaking ball, little outside, 1-0. Lemke moves 2 steps back on the grass. At second base, Belliard deep at short. Short lead by Ramirez. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him with a change. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Again, Ramirez edges away from first. Still a short lead. He'll draw the throw. 2 steps and he's back on the bag. Lemke fidgeting at second. Now backs up on the grass again. Belliard sets it short. Chipper Jones at third. The pitch. Outside corner with the fastball. Perfect spot. Thome's not too happy with it, but that was there, and it's 1-2. And here they go on their feet again with 2 strikes on Thome. The left-handed hitter out of the batter's box. Now he settles in. Wide open stance. Right foot pointing toward McGriff. The 1-2 pitch. Change up down low. Make it 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Instead, another throw to first. And again, Ramirez back safely. Activity again in the Indians' bullpen.
I think that's Jim Poole again.
Again, Glavine comes set. And the 2-2 pitch will not be made as another throw is gunned to first. And again, Ramirez back safely.
Remember, Don, we had that report on Martinez going into his first start in Game 2 that he begins to lose it after about 80 pitches. He's already thrown 68, so he's going to get in that 80 range in the next inning. That might be why they're getting their bullpen ready already.
And as we have said already, Mike Hargrove cannot take any chances tonight. The stretch in the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, little outside. A slow, late call by Joe Brinkman. And Javi Lopez wanted to call, didn't get it. That'll run it full 3-2. McGriff will back up at first base. It'll be a running jump for Ramirez. Fred's close now, backing away. Payoff pitch to Thome. Swung on and missed. Another clutch out by Tom Glavine. The Indians come up empty in the 5th. No runs, hits, errors, 1 left. We're halfway home. No score.
Joe Simpson, Skip Caray with you here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. For the Braves, Tommy Glavine will lead it off, followed by Marquise Grissom, Mark Lemke. So far, things are kind of close.
Well, we've had our chances. That's the frustrating part of it. Martinez has been a Houdini out there, an escape artist.
He has been in jam after jam, but still a scoreless tie. He's into the line, and the pitch to Glavine, who shows bunt. Takes a strike, 0-1. Tommy hit a high chopper to third baseman Jim Thome his first time up. Thome almost threw it away, but Murray bailed him out with a good scoop. Martinez's 0-1 pitch. On the corner, 0-2. Joe Brinkman calling balls and strikes. Sometimes very deliberate, sometimes reluctant. The 0-2 pitch, they set up inside, deliver it there, called strike 3. Glavine down on strikes. That's the second of the night registered by Martinez. He fanned McGriff in the first. Marquise Grissom trying to extend his postseason hitting streak to 14 games is 0 for 2 tonight. He lined out to Murray to start the ball game for the Braves, and he's also popped out to Murray.
He's hit in every game of the playoffs except this one.
That's a good setup. 8 for 23 in the World Series with a double and an RBI. Crowds the plate and move a target inside. The pitch to him, delivered there, soft line drive, pulled foul over the head of Thome. Down into the Indians bullpen. 0-1 the count. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, no score. 51,875 here at the stadium tonight. Martinez into the windup and the 0-1 pitch. Fastball popped up again. This time out behind second. Baerga goes out, backpedaling. He's under it and makes the one-handed catch, 2 away. They got another fastball in on Marquise's hands, and there's 2 away. Last inning, the Braves got a 2-out rally started with a double by Justice. Then 2 walks loaded it up for Belliard, but he popped out to shallow center to end the inning. Maybe they can get some more 2-out lightning going here. Lemke 1 for 3 with a walk against Martinez in game 2. The wind and the 1-0 pitch. Foul back to the screen. Martinez took a little bit off the fastball, and Mark was out in front of it. The count even at 1-1. When we started the game tonight, there were blustery winds blowing out toward right at about 18 miles an hour. It died down some. Not blowing as hard, but it appears now that what wind we have is blowing out toward center. A ball and a strike to Lemke with 2 outs. Nobody on. The wind and the pitch. Fastball outside for ball 2. Albert Bell shades Lemke a little toward the left field line and not very deep. A lot of room for Lemke in right center. Thome even with the bag at third. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball a little low, 3-1. Pena puts the mask up on top of his helmet, yells out at his pitcher. And as the count goes to 3-1, the bullpen for the Indians will get busy again. Three and 1 the count. Chipper Jones would be next. The wind and the delivery. Fastball, swing and a miss. Lemke tried to pull a pitch. It was running down and away from him. It's 3-2. Jim Poole up again. He's already worked about 3 innings tonight. But the left-hander is warming up again in the bullpen. Payoff pitch now due Lemke. The wind, and here it is. Fastball fought off foul into the crowd. Left side. And a World Series souvenir. People came bundled up tonight, Skip. Temperature's supposed to drop down into the 30s. Overnight low.
We'll win this game. Perfect night for partying. You get an extra hour because of the daylight savings change.
Again, a payoff pitch. Into the line is Martinez. Here it is. Fastball high and outside. He walked him. A 2-out walk. That's the 5th walk issued by Martinez tonight. But the Braves have yet to score a run. Chipper Jones, the hitter. No sign of Mike Hargrove.
Braves have had 8 base runners tonight. 6 of them have reached base after 2 were out in an inning.
And the Braves are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. 0 for 2 in the second inning. And 0 for 1 in the 4th. Martinez into the stretch. Jones waits the pitch. Fastball high for ball 1. Chipper tonight. Single to left in the first inning. And hit a hard one-hopper right at Baerga his last time up. 1 for 2. He waits. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball rolled toward the right side slowly. Baerga charges, bare hands, and no throw made. Everybody's safe. Chipper takes a tumble as he crosses the first base bag. Let's see if he's okay. He lunged for the bag. Baerga did not make a throw. Chipper back on his feet and appears to be all right. And boy, every time he hits the dirt, you just hold your breath. Now Hargrove out of the dugout. Let's see if he goes to his bullpen here with Fred McGriff due next. Chipper just hit a little slow roller that just got by Martinez. And Baerga really had no play. Did the right thing when he barehanded it just to eat the baseball. He was hoping to catch Lemke rounding second too far. That's it for Martinez. Hargrove's going to the pen, and we'll see Jim Poole finally. He's been throwing a lot in the bullpen, and he'll be called upon here with 2 outs and 2 on to get Fred McGriff out, and we'll be right back. Tender Jim Poole comes on for the Indians. He inherits runners at first and second, 2 outs, and he'll have to get Fred McGriff. He faced McGriff back in Game 2 when he worked an inning and got McGriff to pop out to shortstop Omar Vizquel. That's the only time McGriff has faced him and the only inning that Poole has worked in this postseason. He's out of Georgia Tech and was a 34th round pick by the Dodgers back in '87. Has also pitched with the Rangers and with the Baltimore Orioles this year. While with Cleveland, he split time between AAA and the big leagues. 3-3 with the Indians in 42 appearances. 50 innings, 17 walks, 41 strikeouts. And here's Fred McGriff for the chance again for the Braves to take the lead. 2 out, 2 on. Fred tonight against Martinez, struck out, grounded out. Lemke at second, Chipper Jones at first. The chant and the chop have broken out here at the stadium. Fans on their feet. From the stretch, the pitch to McGriff. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Lefties against Poole this year hit .211 against him with 1 homer. And of the 76 lefties he faced, he struck out 21 of them. From the stretch, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss at a pitch well off the plate outside. Fred went after it. It's 0-2.
Ken Hill back up again, Joe, working in the Cleveland bullpen.
And he was the starter in Game 4, and Mike Hargrove not hesitating. That's the second time Hill has been up tonight. But McGriff's got his work cut out for him now. He's in the hole, 0-2. Poole comes set, checks the runners, and the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He went after another bad one down and away. Poole comes in and does the job. The Braves strand 2 more runners. They have now stranded 7. And we go to the 6th. Still a scoreless tie. The score through 5 innings. Braves have 4 hits. The Indians none. Tom Glavine has pitched great baseball. He's matched his career high in postseason strikeouts with 7. His season strikeout high was 9, but none of that's going to matter any if the Braves can't get on the scoreboard. Tony Pena, then Jim Poole, and then the top of the order in Kenny Lofton. Pena hit a comebacker his first time up. Left-hander Alan Embry begins to loosen up in the Indians' bullpen. Fastball starts the inning outside, ball 1. 2 base runners so far for the Indians, both reached on walks. That was both times Albert Bell. Once caught stealing, once erased in a fielder's choice. That left Ramirez out there in the 5th inning. Pena, right-handed hitter, waits. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball, all called strike on the outside corner. I would guess that Poole will only get a chance to hit if Pena reaches here, or he might be able to bunt him over, because the Braves next inning will have Justice and Klesko due up 1st and 2nd. And they don't want to waste a lefty if they don't have to. And that's why Embry is warming up, because he is left-handed as well. Pena calls time, steps out of the box. 1-1 the count. The wind and the pitch. Fastball, line toward right center field. Soft liner, in comes Grissom. He's not going to get it. It drops in front of him, and now he boots it. Justice there to back him up. And Pena has a wide turn, but holds it first. Marquise Grissom took his eye off that one a little bit, and it got by him, but Pena has the first hit of the night for the Indians. And Poole, indeed, will get a chance as he takes the jacket off and heads to home plate. Now, here's a guy who hasn't been to the plate all year. He may have been taking some batting practice for the Indians, but you wonder how efficient he might be at getting a bunt down.
And he bats as he throws, left-handed against the southpaw Glavine. We shall see.
Chipper Jones well in on the grass. He's playing softball depth at the moment. He can't be more than 60 feet from home plate. And the Braves might be thinking about a double play, or at least cutting down the lead runner. Pena does not run well at first. Here's the pitch. He's bunting, and he bunts it foul. Very close to home plate. Javi Lopez pounced on it. 0-1. Looks like he was trying to push that to third base, too.
I think he's just trying to make contact and get it fair. I'm told that the Indians didn't start taking batting practice until all the playoffs were over. Mike Hargrove a little superstitious about planning ahead.
This is Poole's first major league at bat. He squares around the pitch. Fastball, pop foul into the crowd. Glavine ran a good fastball up and in on him. 0-2. Glavine with a new baseball, blows on his hand a little bit to get ready. Chipper Jones, even though the count 0-2, is still very close at third base. They fully expect Poole to try to put one down again. Tony Pena leads from first. He is squared around, and the pitch popped up again. Foul territory. McGriff makes the catch. Didn't matter. Poole was going to be out anyway. But McGriff makes the catch. So it'll go as a pop out to the first baseman. One away for Kenny Lofton. Lofton tonight hit the ball a ton his first time up. Drove one to deep right center, but David Justice ran it down to start the ball game. And he has grounded out to McGriff, who had to win a foot race to the bag.
That's really the only hard hit ball that Glavin has given up all night long.
Only one other fly ball to the outfield. That was a pop-up by Baerga to end the fourth, and it was just a shallow pop-up. But Lofton, a dangerous hitter, even against the left-handed pitching. Glavin goes to first to hold Pena close. Tommy tough to run on, as Bell found out back in the second inning.
Lofton 0 for his last 11 after getting off to that red-hot start.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Tommy into the stretch. The pitch to Lofton. Breaking ball. Comebacker to the mound. To second for one. Belliard to first. Not in time. The great speed of Kenny Lofton prevented the double play. And when you hit a comebacker to the pitcher and you got Belliard turning it short, you got to be able to fly down the line.
And everybody did their jobs perfectly. Glavin led him perfectly, threw the ball right to the bag. Belliard unloaded as fast as he could, and it's just the great ability of Kenny Lofton, and he did beat it.
And the only scary thing about that is that now he is at first base with 2 out and certainly a threat to run. It's the first time he has reached base since that extra inning ball game in Game 3. Here is Vizquel. Omar tonight has struck out twice. Lofton leads from first, and a throw goes over there. He was trying to draw a throw from Glavin just to check him out. Trying to pick up something on his move. 10 stolen bases for him in the postseason. He's been caught once, and that was by Javi Lopez. Glavin gets the sign. Lofton leads from first. The pitch, he's not going. A bunt shown by Vizquel, but he takes a strike. And again, Vizquel has a chat with Joe Brinkman. Had a long discussion with him almost. Seemed like it lasted an eternity after he struck out in the 4th inning on a check swing. But Vizquel trying to give Lofton a chance to steal, but he wasn't running there. 0-1 the count. And another throw to first. Glavin's so quick to the plate, Skip. It's one of those situations where Lofton's almost got to guess that he's not coming to first and take off on the first move.
And Lofton's so fast, even if you pick him off, he's got a 50-50 chance of beating the throw to second.
Big lead for him now. And he's picked off. Fred's going to have to hurry. Good call, Skip. He makes it easily. Excellent call. They had him picked off. He went on the first move, and by the time Fred got rid of it, Lofton was already sliding in head first.
I mean, it wasn't even close.
A stolen base for Lofton. He's in scoring position now for Vizquel. The count 0-1. And don't forget about him. He may try to steal third. The outfield shallow for Omar. The pitch. Changeup. Slashed foul into the crowd. 0-2. That's the best thing Glavin can do, is work on that hitter, and the crowd comes to its feet. Great speed at second base. 2 outs, scoreless game, top of the 6th. Glavin set. And the 0-2 pitch to Vizquel. Inside. Breaking ball missed. 1-2. Carlos Baerga. It's kind of odd here, and Glavin's going to call Lopez out to talk to him. Kind of odd here in that you got a guy with not a lot of power, Skip, and he's a switch hitter, and normally in these situations you see the Braves play a guy to the opposite field and pitch him away and say, here, hit it as far as you can. With Vizquel, they're playing him to pull.
Lopez and Glavin, a long discussion here.
They're ahead in the count, 1-2.
They may think that Lofton is stealing signs, and so they're just going to audibilize what they're going to do the next couple of pitches.
Maybe changing it up here. Glavin trying to get Vizquel for the third time tonight. He comes set. And the pitch. Fastball fouled off, out of play.
Boy, he keeps taking shots at right field. A base hit to right, as deep as David is. Even with his good arm, he's not going to throw out Lofton.
I don't know that on a base hit to any of our outfielders, anybody's going to throw out Lofton. He is so quick, and with 2 outs, he's going to be going on the crack of the bat. That's why the infielders, anything on the ground, they got to knock the ball down. Still a ball and 2 strikes. From the stretch, the pitch. There goes Lofton. The pitch is popped up. Right side, foul territory. McGriff's got room. He's under it. He's got it. The inning comes to an end. The Indians strand a runner in scoring position. No runs. 1 hit. 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Still no score. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. David Justice, Ryan Klesko, and Javi Lopez due up. Time being called here. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. Perhaps the Baseball Network to rejoin us. David said lately, Skip, that he's been more comfortable against left-handers. If that's the case, it'd be a good time for him to lead off by somehow getting on base here. He has walked and doubled, his first extra base hit of the postseason. Jim Poole delivers fastball on the outside corner, and a delayed called strike by Joe Brinkman. David flied deep to right off of Poole back in Game 2. The only time he's faced him. And the stretch, the pitch, fastball high and outside, ball 1. Poole may be wearing the highest number ever recorded in a World Series game, number 62. Almost a spring training number. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and belted. Deep right field. Back goes Ramirez. That ball is gone. Home run. This crowd on its feet for David Justice right now.
Baseball Network showed a sign earlier. It said, "Justice, put your bat, I hope your bat is as big as your mouth." Well,
he's letting his bat do the talking. A double and a homer tonight, and the Braves lead it 1-0. Here's Klesko. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. He tried to go downtown and came up empty. Crowd still on its feet. Poole from the stretch, the pitch. Breaking ball, and a bouncer over the mound. Baerga charges, throws off balance, and got him. 1 out. Looked like a breaking ball to Justice, in on his hand somewhat, and he turned on it. Ken Hill, the right-hander, still warming up in the Indians' bullpen. Javi Lopez, the hitter. He has popped to short and walked. Poole delivers. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Javi was thinking about going deep, too.
now, I wonder why he's got a Hill in the bullpen if he's not going to bring him in here to pitch to the right-hand hitters.
Bobby would not pinch hit for Lopez here. Poole's 0-1 pitch. Fastball inside. Evens the count. 1-1. Let's face it. They can't afford to spin their wheels much. They got to use everybody in the bullpen if necessary. That's why Hill is up. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit hard on the ground. Backhanded at third by Thome. Slow lob to first, but in time to get Lopez 2 away. You know, that's why all that talk I've been reading about from Hershiser, Vizquel, and other guys about how this pressure's on the Braves, Skip. The Indians can't afford any mistakes.
Right, the Braves know they've got another day, another life if they need it. Tomorrow, I think perhaps more pressure would be on Atlanta.
Absolutely. Belliard up there. He has bounced into a double play and popped out to center. The pitch to him. Breaking ball inside for ball 1. Rafi's got to be loving this, leaving that lefty out there. Maybe he can slash one in the hole somewhere. Tom Glavine would be next. The 1-0 breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-1. Be nice to get Rafi on and see what Glavine can do, and if he couldn't reach, then have Grissom ready to lead off the 7th. The pitch, fastball inside, ball 2. Runners at first and second, one out in the second. Belliard hit into a inning-ending double play, and then with the bases loaded in the 4th, popped out to shallow center. Chokes up on the bat. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground. Wide at third. Thome can't handle it. It's under his glove. Belliard rounds first. He'll hold there. The ball looked like it hit the edge of the grass and hugged the ground. Didn't come up for Thome and went under his glove. We'll wait to see how they score it.
No matter how they score it, you got your wish, and it is an error on Thome.
He was playing a big hop that he didn't get. And I did get the wish I wanted, and that's to have Glavine hit here. Thome tonight has bounced to third and struck out. But not an easy out. The lefty delivers, breaking ball in there for a strike. For David Justice, that was the first home run since September 22nd against Montreal. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 0-2. But it has given the Braves the lead. They're finally on the board here in the 6th inning, 1-0. Belliard at first, 2 outs. Poole comes set. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a foul ball off the shin guard of Tony Pena. The outfield all playing shallow. Nice to see Glavine find a gapper here. Maybe he'll hang a breaking ball. The 0-2 pitch, curve inside. 1-2 the count. One run, 5 hits for Atlanta. No runs, a hit and an error for Cleveland. The 1-2 pitch, fastball, fought off foul into the crowd. Good swing by Glavine there. Poole gets the sign and a new baseball. And Pena ready, and so here's the pitch. Swing and a slow roller. Foul past the first base bag. Glavine hanging tough. It's still 1-2. David Justice, enjoyed that trot around the sack skip. Crossed home plate. Clinched both fists as he crossed the plate. Very excited about the home run. This crowd went crazy. Poole shakes off a sign. Now he's ready. Belliard leads from first. And the 1-2 pitch to Glavine. Breaking ball up and in. 2-2. With 2 outs in the 4th inning, Braves loaded the bases up but couldn't score. 2 outs in the 5th, they put runners at first and second and couldn't score. The 2-2 pitch to Glavine. Here it is. Fastball just missed outside. Whew. Full count. Crowd on its feet. Belliard will be off to the races on the pitch. Murray backs up and will play behind him. Payoff pitch to Glavine. Here it is. There goes the runner. The pitch fought off foul. Back to the screen. Tried to run a fastball in on his hands, and Thome fought it off. Poole again gets the sign from Pena. There goes Belliard. The 3-2 pitch fought off up the middle. Leaping is Omar Vizquel, and he hauls it in. A little soft line drive at Vizquel. Went up the ladder to make the catch and end the inning. But the Braves break through. A home run by Justice. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the 7th. 1-0 Atlanta. One change for the Braves as we go to the 7th inning with it. Atlanta leading Cleveland 1-0. Mike Devereaux checks in. and he will play left field. Part of the order up for Cleveland: Baerga, Bell, and Murray. And Alan Embry again gets up and begins to loosen up for Cleveland. Baerga tonight has hit a comebacker to Glavine. He has popped to center. Baerga taking his time, getting in the box. Now he's set. And with, as we have seen with a lot of the Indians hitters tonight, way up in the front of the box. Batting right-handed, Glavine delivers to him, and he fires a strike in there, 0-1. Carlos 0 for 4 against Glavine in Game 2 with a walk. Five for 24 in the series, hitting .208. The pitch, called strike 2 on the outside corner. And again, when the count gets to 2 strikes, this crowd on its feet. Glavine looking for his 8th strikeout of the night. He has walked 2 and allowed but 1 hit. The wind, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, broken bat flare toward first. It's a foul ball. I'm not sure that Fred knew what that ball was doing because he was watching the head of the bat pinwheel foul down the third base line. He might have thought that bat was headed toward him for some reason and was not able to make the play in the air. But it dropped foul, and the count's still 0-2. The bat boy was coming out with a couple of bats for Baerga to use, but he said, I don't want either one of those. Bring me the other 2-tone bat. Now he's got the one he wants. Slaps a little pine tar on it. One to nothing Braves on the strength of a David Justice leadoff homer in the 6th. Baerga back in there. Glavine looks for the sign. Into the wind. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball outside. 1-2 the count. Goodyear blimp hovering overhead, providing all of our overhead radio shots. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Hit toward Chipper Jones. He's got it. He makes the catch on the soft line drive. 1 out.
Tough at bat for Baerga. He broke 2 bats and made an out.
And he's still really favoring that left ankle, the one he injured, making the last out of Game 1. Here's Albert Bell. He has walked twice. Led off the 2nd inning with a walk. Thrown out trying to steal. Led off the 5th inning with a walk. Was erased. And a fielder's choice. Crowds the plate. The pitch. Fastball tailing away. And in there for a strike, says Joe Brinkman. I think he's even slower than Paul Runge.
How about a doubleheader with one of them working the first game and the other one the second? You'd become suicidal.
We'll take it right now. Keep throwing that right hand up here in the top half of the innings. The 0-1 pitch to Bell. Fastball. Took a little off. Swing and a miss. Good changeup from Glavine. Again, he's in the head in the count. 0-2, and the crowd on its feet. One out, nobody on. Eddie Murray on deck. The 0-2 pitch to Albert Bell. Change, got him swinging. Strikeout number 8 for Tom Glavine, and that's a career high in the postseason. Struck out 9 once in the regular season against Montreal back in August. And his career high is 12. That game against the Phillies a couple of years ago. Here's Murray. He takes a look at a sinking fastball a little bit low for ball 1. Murray took a call, 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Had some heated words for Joe Brinkman as he walked away. And then fouled out to Lopez his last time up. 0 for 2. The 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. Murray homered off of Glavine in Game 2. A 2-run shot. That was his first homer off a left-handed pitcher since June. Glavine's 2-0 delivery. Sinking fastball low, 3-0. Glavine walks off the back of the mound to have a little chat with himself. Manny Ramirez waits on deck. Ken Hill again joins Embry in the Indians bullpen. Top of the order due up for the Braves in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 pitch. Taken outside for ball 4. Murray heads to first with a 2-out walk. That's the 3rd one issued by Glavine tonight. And here is Manny Ramirez. Ramirez has struck out and hit into a fielder's choice. Glavine has had him chasing changeups down and away all night. When he struck out in the 3rd inning, or make it the 2nd inning, he chased the balls about a foot off the plate. Let's hope that Glavine's is lucky here. Ramirez moves up in the box a little bit. Strong right-handed hitter. Glavine ready, and the pitch. Fastball away, outside, ball 1. Left-handed hitting Jim Thome waits on deck. 1-0. Atlanta leads it. Top half of the 7th inning, 2 out. Trying to win the first World Championship for the Braves organization since 1957 and the first World Championship of any kind in a major sport in Atlanta history. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Ramirez has a word for Brinkman.
And that word is? Malo.
2 words, que pasa? He thought it was a little low. Manny waits. Glavine ready. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, popped up, center field. Grissom's under it, calls for it, and has it. The inning comes to an end. Indians down to their last 6 outs. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Braves on top, 1-0. A rousing rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game as the Braves are on top of the Indians, 1-0. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Here to take you the rest of the way, Skip Caray.
Okay, Joe, thanks very much. Ken Hill on the pitch. He went 6 1/3 innings in Game 4. 6 hits, 3 runs, and was the loser. Marquise Grissom had a couple of those hits, and Hill lead it off in the bottom of the 7th. Braves on top, 1-0. Jim Poole, an inning and a third, a hit, a run, a strikeout, and the 1 hit was the Justice homer, and that is the ball game for now. Grissom is hitless tonight. He and Hill once teammates in Montreal. The wind and the pitch. Low and outside, and the bottom of the 7th is underway. Alan Embry is still up in their bullpen. The Braves bullpen has not stirred all night long. Hill into the wind. Grissom waits the pitch. Swung late at a fastball. Didn't get it. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Marquise has lined to first, popped to second. He's been trying to shoot everything to the right side. A ball and a strike. Lemke is on deck, then Chipper Jones, the wind, and the pitch. And it's low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The outfield plays Grissom straight away and quite deep. Hill, a big right-hander out of Lynn, Massachusetts, into the wind and delivering. Swung, fly ball, foul, right side, out of play. It's 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 7th, looking ahead to the 8th for Cleveland, the lower 3, Thome, Pena, and a pinch hitter for Hill in all likelihood. The big right-hander looks in, the wind and the pitch. Curveball and looping pop fly, short left field, base hit. Grissom has hit in every postseason game this year. And he drops a soft single to left to get it started in the 7th. Now with Lemke hitting, you've got a lot of things you can do, but Mike Hargrove is on his way out. Looks like he's going to make a double switch here. Ruben Amaro Jr. is going to come into the game and play right field. Ramirez doesn't want to come out. He's just standing out there with his arms folded. Now he comes trotting in.
Yeah, he took a look over at Kenny Lofton like, what's going on here?
Well, of course, they're not used to the double switch. And that's what we've got here, and Embry is going to come on to pitch, and we'll be back right after this. During the regular season, Alan Embry was 3-2 of 5.11 earned run average. This is his 4th appearance in the World Series. He has no record. 3.86 earned run average, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits, a run, 2 strikeouts. He's a hard thrower. And Mark Lemke will be the batter, and all sorts of things could happen here. The hit and run, the steal, the bunt, or just hack away.
This guy can really bring it, Skip. He's been popping the ball up there about 95, 96 miles an hour in the World Series. You know he's pumped up and will do everything he can to try to make sure that the Braves don't add an insurance run. But I'm with you. If they're looking for the bunt here, and nothing tougher to bunt than a good hard fastball, then maybe a good time for the Braves to try a little hit and run and send the runner. Maybe Lemke could pop one in the hole on the right side.
Well, we're about to find out. Eric Plunk begins to throw in the bullpen for Cleveland. Lemke stands in there. The Lemmer is 1 for 2 with a walk. Vizquel in for a word with his pitcher. 6 outs away from a world championship for Atlanta, but only a 1-run lead. Runner at first, nobody out. The stretch by Embry and the pitch to Lemke. He squares to bunt, bunts it off the plate. It's a good one. Embry makes a good play. Throws to first in time. He almost bunted that ball over the pitcher's head. That would have been a hit. Instead, it's a 1-4 sacrifice. And Grissom is at second with 1 out. And Chipper Jones, Fred McGriff, will have a chance to do some damage. First base is open. Jones turns around and hits right-handed, of course. So let's see how they play it. Runner at second, 1 down. They're going to put him on. And you'll soon hear a huge boo from the crowd. Told you. 2 on, 1 out for McGriff, who normally handles left-handers quite well. He doesn't have to hit a home run, just a base hit. You've got the Braves' fastest man at second base. Ball 2 is sailed outside to Chipper. Now ball 3, and as day follows the night, here comes ball 4. 2 on. And 1 out. And McGriff and Justice have a chance to do some damage.
Fred McGriff has faced Alan Embry twice in this World Series, Skip. He struck out against him in Game 1, but then figured something out. In Game 4, he hit a double off of him.
Boy, that would be nice right here. The outfield plays Fred just slightly around toward left field. Amaro, as I recall, a fine defensive outfielder.
Yeah, he doesn't have the throwing arm of Manny Ramirez, but he's very solid with the glove.
So McGriff stands in. Grissom at second, Jones at first. The stretch. The pitch. Swung, fly ball deep left field. Back goes Bell to the wall. He's got it, crashing into the wall. Fine play, and the runners race back to their bases. Albert Bell saved Cleveland's bacon, at least for now. The big guy raced onto the warning track, reached up, made the play, then banged into the wall. Outstanding play for the second out. McGriff hit the daylights out of it, but he has nothing to show for it. Here's Justice again. Mike Devereaux moves on deck. All David has done tonight is walk, double, and homer. 2 on and 2 out. Boy, a game of inches. That could have been a 2-run double, but it wasn't. Justice stands in. The runners lead. Embry comes set. And the pitch. Fastball is high. 1 ball, no strikes.
David has faced Embry once. That was in Game 4, and he popped out to Tomey at third base, 0 for 1.
Embry comes set, and the 1-0 to Justice. Here it is. There goes Grissom. Pitches outside. Late throw to third. He's in there. This time, Marquise made it. If you get thrown out on that play, as he was a couple of games ago, you make your manager suicidal. But if you make it, now pass ball, wild pitch, infield hit, infield air.
One thing it does, though, Chipper Jones didn't run, and Murray's going to have to hold him on, and if nothing else, it creates a bigger hole for Justice on the right side.
Just a ground ball. Pass first would give the Braves another run. There are 2 out here, though. As Embry comes set, time is called. And I don't really know why. Eddie Murray had a word for his pitcher. That's what it was. Most of the crowd on their feet here.
What the time was called for was Murray wanted to know from the dugout how they wanted him to play, and he's going to play behind Jones, at least a step or 2.
And that can be significant. It gives you an extra step lead. Ground ball in the hole. Maybe you beat the ramp at second. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to Justice. Mike Devereaux waits on deck. Eric Plunk, who hasn't pitched at all in this series, is in the bullpen. The stretch. Now the pitch. Low and outside. 3-0. Justice takes a look at Jimmy Williams, and I'll bet you he's got the green light here.
Absolutely. You know, David, all year long, Skip, when he's had a game or he's had a game like tonight, a double and a home run, he always follows that with another good at-bat of some sort. He's had huge games like that where he's been able to parlay extra base hits.
The stretch and the 3-0 pitch. Here it is. Swung, and he fouled a fastball back. He had a great swing. But Embry's got a little movement on that baby, and it's 3-1. Jones at first, Grissom at third, but now 2 are out, thanks to the fine play by Albert Bell. Justice stands in. Embry comes set, and the 3-1 pitch. Here it is. There goes the runner. Curve outside. He walked him. Bases loaded. Now the right-hand hitter coming to the plate. Plunk is in the bullpen, a guy who at times, we're told, has trouble with his control. He hasn't pitched in the World Series. Devereaux stands in. And here comes Hargrove. Let's see what they do here. Bases loaded, 2 out.
Here's a situation for Bobby Cox that he may have to think about. He's got a couple of lefties on the bench. If they bring in Plunk to pitch to Devereaux, you weaken yourself a little bit defensively by pinch hitting, let's say, Luis Polonia and leaving him in the game to play left field.
Plunk looks on from the bullpen. That's Wiley, the pitching coach that's out there, so it looks like there will not be a pitching change. So Embry faces Devereaux. Just a base hit here, and things will be looking sort of rosy.
One of the things we know about Mike Devereaux since he came over here from the White Sox is that he will put the ball in play. Now, this hard thrower has an opportunity to get on Mike's hands because he does have an inside-out swing, but he's strong enough to fight the ball off. He just needs a little dunker to give the Braves some insurance.
Bases loaded, 2 out. Embry comes set. And delivered. Strike called. Fastball at the knees. Outside corner. 0-1. The runners edge away. The stretch and the pitch. Swung and popped up on the infield, and the Braves have left 11 runners in this game. Baerga makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1 hit, but no runs. Big play by Albert Bell to save the day for Cleveland. No errors, 3 big men left. Second time the Braves have left the bases loaded. At the end of 7, Atlanta 1, Cleveland nothing. Mark Wohlers, Pedro Borbon begin to throw in the Atlanta bullpen. We go to the 8th inning. Jim Thome leads it off. He has batted twice, struck out twice, but last time he had some great swings against Glavine. Thome has been, well, words can't describe it, a one-hitter through 7. This will be his 102nd pitch of the game coming up. The left-hand hitter waits. Here we go. The pitch. Curve, swung, fly ball deep center. Back goes Grissom on the track. He's there. 1 out. Grissom raced to the warning track in deep left center. 1 out. And Tony Pena will be the batter. Pena 1 out of 2. He is 3 out of 17 in his career against the Atlanta left-hander.
They're only carrying 2 catchers, Skip, but this might be a situation since Martinez is out of the ballgame. You might go to a guy who has a better chance to pop the ball out of the park, and Alomar. Maybe they're saving him for something in the 9th.
Well, if you get him 1, 2, 3, you got Lofton, Vizquel, and Baerga. I don't think you'll be using him there, do you?
No.
Well, maybe for Vizquel. Pena stands in. Glavin into the wind and the pitch. A little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Pena had 5 homers on the year, 28 RBIs. He steps out of the batter's box. Now he stands back in. Looks like Julian Taveras has begun to throw in their bullpen now. The pitch. Low and outside. 2-0. Don't want to lose this guy. Ruben Amaro is next. Pena 1 out of 5 in the World Series. It's all been against Glavin. His hit, a little looper, the only one Tom has surrendered tonight. Glavin gets the Lopez sign, the wind, and the pitch. Strike at the knees, outside corner. 2-1 now. Braves 5 outs away from the title. The wind, and now Pena, who is sort of a walking rain delay in his own right, steps out of the batter's box. Now he stands back in there. Glavin ready to go to work. The left-hander into the wind. The 2-1 pitch. Here it is. Fouled it back. Right off the end of the bat. He was out in front. It's 2-2. They're on their feet again. Glavin, a picture of concentration out there. He's into the wind. He delivered. Swung, popped up short right field. Out goes Lemke. On comes Justice. David pats the glove. 2 out. 4 outs away from a title. Here's Ruben Amaro. Amaro bats for the second time. He struck out his first time. Bill Murray down in Ted Turner's box. He's a beauty, boy. He's really funny. Amaro stands in. He hit just 200 on the year. The pitch to him. A little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The guy who terrifies you the most, Kenny Lofton, is on deck.
He is the guy.
Glav again ready. He's into the wind. The 1-0. Swung. Hot shot to first. McGriff fields. Pitcher covers. Inning over. 3 outs from a title. 1, 2, 3. Nothing doing. Bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Atlanta. Julian Taveras on to pitch as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. This is his 5th appearance in 6 games. We haven't gotten to him yet. 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 hit batsman, 2 walks, a strikeout. Braves are hitting 300 against him, but he's allowed no runs.
He has not allowed any of his runs, but he did give up the hit to Devereaux that hurt him early in the series. Scored a game winner.
Javi Lopez leads it off. Boy, 1 more run. So important. Lopez, Belliard, Glavin, do. Wohler's in the bullpen. Glavin has thrown 108 pitches. Taveras into the wind, the delivery. Swung and foul tipped it at home plate 0-1. He had a good cut. Javi 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Braves have been the recipients of 7 walks. They've left 11 men on, but they have the lead because Glavin simply refuses to allow Cleveland to score. 0-1 the count. The rangy right-hander, he's just 23 years old, into the wind and the pitch. Inside, almost hit him, evens it up with a ball and a strike. Plunk and Ossenmacher now in their bullpen. Wohlers and ours. Taveras into the wind. The pitch. Swung, pop foul back and out of play. It's 1-2. Top of the order for Cleveland in the ninth. Lofton, Vizquel, and Baerga. If anybody gets on, Albert Bell. If anybody else gets on, Eddie Murray. 1-2 the count. The wind and the pitch. Here it is. Fouled it off. Had a good cut.
You know, Albert Bell is certainly no Gold Glover in left field, but he is the only thing saving Cleveland right now in that play he made out in deep left field off the bat of McGriff.
That was at least 2 runs in, and McGriff at second. The wind, the 1-2 pitch. He just fought it off, stayed alive, and it check swing foul to the right. That almost picked off Rafael Belliard in the on-deck circle. Taveras looks in. Pena the side. The wind and the pitch. Here it is. He again had a bad swing, but he stayed alive.
He's fighting off some real tough pitches. Down and away, down and in. Got to give Javi some credit here. He's taken a little bit off his swing, just trying to put it in play.
And now you hope for a mistake, and then he can go to Whalen.
He's done some of his best hitting when he's been behind in the count this year.
Well, he's in that spot now. It's 1-2. The wind, the pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. Pena comes back. Let's see if he has room near the screen. No, it's about 2 rows back, right behind home plate. And the fans battle for a World Series souvenir. Still 1-2. If there's a game 7, Smoltz and Nagy. Tom Glavine, 3 outs away from ending that possibility. The pitch sweeps outside, 2-2. Boy, this kid has really matured as a hitter this year.
Yeah, he was already out on strikes about 4 pitches ago this time last year.
The 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Curve, popped up foul, out of play again. What a duel these two are having. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe Brinkman dusts off home plate. Taveras ready with another 2-2 pitch. The wind, and here it is. Fouled off yet another one. Another tough pitch, down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes still.
See what Javi's doing here, Skip. He's just making sure he sees the ball, and then he's reacting. Taveras throws so hard, it's hard to get the bat out there. But Javi's keeping his hands back and doing a good job. He's trying to hit the ball up the middle.
Another 2-2 pitch about to be made. Here it is. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on at bat for Lopez. Taveras ready to go to work again. The payoff pitch to the Atlanta catcher. From the wind, here it is. Swung a high drive into left field. Bell goes back on the track. He's got room. He's got it. 1 down. Javi just missed hitting it out of here. 1 away. Tom Glavine is through for the night. Luis Polonia is moving on deck. He hit a low slider, hit a tough pitch, and almost got it out of here.
Javi thought it was out. He threw his hands up in the air thinking it was gone. It wasn't.
Here's Belliard looking for his first hit of the series. Polonia on deck. So Mark Wohlers is going to be the man in the ninth. The pitch. Fouled off, 0-1. Tom Glavine, one of the guttiest and most courageous outings in World Series history. 8 innings of 1-hit baseball.
After all the grief he took during the work stoppage and all the hits he took from local fans and fans across the nation, you got to admire what he's done here tonight.
The wind and the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. A little low, a ball and a strike. I would have sort of liked to see him finish because he's such a cold-blooded, and I mean that as a compliment. The 1-1 pitch, here it is. Swung, a little tapper foul down the third base line, a ball and 2 strikes.
Something else, I'd like to see him finish just because of Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, that's right. Lofton will lead it off. Boy, you get him on with a 1-run lead. Things are a little dicey. One and 2 the count to Rafael Belliard. Taveras looks in. The 1-2, here it is. Swung and lined into left field. On comes Bell. He's got it. Another good play by Albert Bell. That ball was hit right on the nose. 2 are down, and Luis Polonia will hit for Glavine. And the crowd doesn't like this. And as Polonia is announced, here comes Mike Hargrove, and he's going to go to Paul Ossenmacher against Polonia. Why not? There's no tomorrow for them. So Ossenmacher will get the call, and he will pitch to Polonia, and we'll be back right after this. Paul Ossenmacher on to pitch. He'll face Polonia with 2 out, nobody on. Eric Plunk is in the bullpen. Should Polonia reach, the right-hander would probably come in to pitch to Marquise Grissom. While we have a moment, we can tell you that Tom Glavine, 8 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, an absolutely wonderful performance. Let's hope it's rewarded with a victory. A lot of the crowd unhappy that Glavine is out here, but they don't, and we don't know what was said by Tom in the Atlanta dugout when he came in after the 8th. We will find out after the game. So Polonia stands in. Ossenmacher gets ready. He comes set and delivers. He shortened a bunt, took the strike, 0-1. Polonia has had a fine series. 4 out of 13, and with those 4 hits, he's driven in 4 runs. A home run included. He's stolen a base. The stretch, the 0-1. Curve, swung and missed. It's 0-2. Two out, nobody aboard. Ossenmacher gets the Pena sign, the stretch, the pitch, curve, check swing, popper, foul. Tomey can't get to it. It lands over by the Cleveland dugout. Polonia just stayed alive there. Grissom is on deck. The stretch. The 0-2. Look out. Fastball right at his head. All the way back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes. Joe Brinkman out in front of the plate. That ball kicked all the way back out to Ossenmacher, halfway between the plate and the mound.
That was one of those dangerous ones, Skip. It was right at the top of Luis's helmet. Barely able to get out of the way.
1-2, the count. We go to the 9th inning. Mark Wohler's on to pitch. 3 little outs between the Braves and a World Series title. Kenny Lofton leads it off. 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for his last 12 in the World Series. But a dangerous man with blinding speed.
Get ahead in the count. Come in firing strikes. That's all you need Mark Wohlers to do here. He said he wanted this situation, Skip. He wanted be the guy with the ball in his hand in the 9th inning to finish it.
Well, he's got it. Everybody's standing here. Wohlers looks in. Lopez the sign. The wind. The pitch. Fastball, strike. 0-1 the count. The left-hand hitter waits. Chipper in on the grass at third. They play him around toward left. Devereaux camped on the line. The pitch. Breaking ball almost hit him inside. 1-1. Boy, a hit batsman would be disaster here.
He got Lofton in Game 2 with a grounder to third, and then in Game 3, when he worked 2 2/3 innings, he issued 2 free passes to Lofton.
Ooh. 1-1 the count.
Both were intentional.
Wohlers gets the sign. The 1-1 pitch, here it is. Inside, 2-1. All the way to the screen, nowhere near the strike zone that time. Alejandro Pena, Pedro Borbon in the Atlanta bullpen. Wohlers having a little team meeting with himself behind the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike. Omar Vizquel on deck. Mark into the wind. The 2-1 pitch, here it is. Swung, popped up. Short left field. Everybody chasing it. Belliard's got it in foul territory. Great play. 1 out. And remember early in the game when they could have pinch hit for Rafael Belliard and didn't. He made an outstanding play in foul territory.
On the dead run. Nobody else could have gotten to it. Not Jones, not Devereaux, only Rafi.
Paul Sorrento is going to come out and pinch hit here. He's a home run hitter. And a left-hand batter at that. He'll come out to hit for Omar Vizquel.
He had a pretty good at-bat against Wohlers earlier in this series. Flew out deep to center field.
He can do that again if he'd like. Sorrento stands in. This guy's got a lot of power. Boy, that's a big out, though, to get that speedster. Sorrento had 235 in the regular season, but had 25 homers, 79 RBIs, 2 out of 10 in the World Series.
And Paul Sorrento's not thinking about anything but dead red fastball. Give me something I can jack out of here and tie the game up on. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see Mark start him with a split finger pitch or a slider.
Carlos Baerga's on deck, then Albert Bell. 1 out in the 9th. Sorrento stands in. This place is in bedlam. Lopez the sign. The wind, the pitch. Breaking ball, you're right, Joe, but nowhere near. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Wohlers wants a new baseball. Wants one he can throw a strike with. 2 outs away.
That's all right. Brinkman's got a pocket full of those.
Wohlers taking more time than he has all year, but who can blame him? He's trying to calm himself down. His adrenaline has to be at an all-time high. Just 2 more outs, but only a 1-run lead. The 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Fouled it back. He had a good cut at a fastball down and in. He had that timed, but he simply fouled it back.
Right on it.
A ball and a strike. Wohlers has been unable to throw anything but the fastball for a strike.
That's because, like you said, his adrenaline's pumping so hard, it's hard for him to not overthrow the slider.
The 1-1 pitch. Sorrento waits. Here it is. Swung and missed. There was a split finger and a perfect pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Great pitch. Great location. Threw it right at the knees, and it dropped to the ankles.
Sorrento out of the batter's box. Wohlers looks in. Lopez the sign. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung. Fly ball deep center. Grissom back. He's got room. Plenty of room. 2 out. to this. Carlos Baerga, who hit 15 home runs this year, is the batter. Against right-hand pitching, he hit .303 on the year. One more little out.
The ankle that's been bothering him, Skip, has been his left ankle. For a power pitcher, you need to be able to keep weight on that back foot and turn on it. That's going to be awfully difficult for him. If he tries to get out on his front foot, he is defeated, and Wohlers will throw the ball by him.
51,000 plus on their feet. Nobody's left to beat the traffic tonight, I guarantee you. Mark gets the sign. The wind and the pitch. Here it is. Swung. Fly ball deep left center. Grissom on the run. Yes! 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 The Atlanta Braves have given you a championship. Listen to this crowd. A mob scene on the field. Wohlers gets them 1, 2, 3. A couple of fans rushing on the field. And the constables restrain them. The Atlanta Braves have brought the first championship to Atlanta. A real mob scene out there. Now the police are hustling off the fans who rushed out. And I hope Wohlers is okay at the bottom of that pile.
What a great job.
Him up.
What a great job by Wohlers.
The Atlanta Braves are the world champions of baseball. 1-0 the final score. Tom Glavine, one of the most courageous pitching performances in World Series history. And Mark Wohlers, as he's done all year long, able to close the deal. It's over. The monkey is off the Braves' back. The writers are going to have to think of something else to ask. Beside, are the Braves the Buffalo Bills? Buffalo Bills are pretty good. These guys a little bit better.